Hey guys, I'm OsirisFX and welcome back to another weekly market breakdown video. Starting from this video and the videos that are yet to come every week, I'm going to simply be doing only one pair at a time. So these videos are going to be a lot shorter than they used to be and a lot more concise, simply just focusing on one pair. So if you're interested, have a look with me. I'm going to be doing the fundamentals and technicals of the week. I'll quickly look over what happened last week, and I'll definitely be providing a couple possible scenarios for the upcoming weeks, obviously based mostly technically, and I'll also be going over the fundamentals that could possibly be happening and how they affect this pair. So starting off from the fundamentals, this week, right away, just as market opens, we're gonna have some Australian news. I would consider this news to be, even though it says medium impact, I'd say this is quite impactful, as it, especially PMI news, it definitely sets the tone for at least 1 or 2 days. So based on how positive or negative this data is, we'll be able to go through. We'll be able to see a common trend that could appear from this data. No, that's everything for today. That's just as market opens, so that's perfect, as I simply don't place any trades until London Open of the next day. So this is so well-timed news release for me. There's a lot of euro data on Monday, so that does not particularly affect our JPY. Here, as you can see, we have some imports and exports and the trade balance coming up on Tuesday. As you can see, there's still no consensus data here, so I cannot, you could say, predict much based on this. But definitely, if you have any pendings for any odd trades, any odd pairs, definitely watch out for Monday night or Tuesday very early morning. Then Wednesday, this is also quite an important day for especially odd JPY, as there's a lot of USD news. And as you may or may not know, JPY is a safe haven currency. So when the general market is doing well, then JPY is doing a lot worse than its comparable forex currencies, as JPY and the US dollar are simply used mostly in order to for investors to put their cash into safe assets. So where they're expecting to either gain a very small percentage or only lose a small percentage. So based on this news event on Wednesday, we'll be able to see whether the market is going to be leaning more towards a risk on or risk off scenario. If the news is more positive than the consensus, then markets will definitely be leaning towards a risk on scenario, which is more positive for the odd, as it is a high risk on scenario currency. And at the same time, that is negative for the JPY. So as you can see, with that combination of a high effect on odd, a positive effect on odd, and a high negative effect on JPY, hopefully we will get to see some nice moves on the Wednesday. Then yeah, ending it off on Wednesday, there's going to be some New Zealand data release, but it has an effect on the odd, but not as significant, and that's around about it for the week. So yep, so not that eventful of a week, but definitely watch out for what's to come right away as market opens Tuesday and definitely Wednesday. So let's quickly jump into starting off from the weekly. Let me quickly remove my pendings here. As you can see, this is my current technical analysis for the pair on the weekly. This is the previous weekly candle chart. So as you can see, what happened last week was we didn't make any higher highs or any lower lows. So it's not that interesting of a candlestick if you're only looking at it from the weekly. What is still to come, a possibility could be a possible buy of the retest of this 50 EMA with this key level around about in this area at the 74.5 7.25 area, or on the upside there is a possibility of a key level rejection at 78.56 with a possible 200 EMA in the area. But this is all still very far away, and I'll definitely be looking out for these levels maybe in the coming 2 weeks instead of right away this week. Then let's take a look at what happened on the daily last week. So what happened daily on the last week was there was a rejection of this key level 76.7. As you can see, nothing really closed above it. There were only major wicks up there. Due to these wicks, that's the reason why I have a daily intraday key level in this area. This does present a very high probability short, in my opinion, at around about the edge of this blue box, or to be honest, anywhere near in this blue box next to this key level and this possible third touch that was created also last week. So definitely be looking out for sells at the 76 point, yeah, here I see 76.7 area till around the 77.0 area. At the moment there haven't been any really evident key level break retests. Well, this is a very good example of it, that there was one last week, but there were no any further key level strong breaks, so there's no other possible key level retests. A long opportunity that's also present from here, from this chart, would be anywhere on this trend line. A possible third touch is available to take either at this area or even somewhere lower at the 74.85 area. That would be just simply the a third touch and a key level trade. However, if odd does majorly spike all the way down right as market opens, this could also be a high probability long trade, would be a retest of this trend line and a third touch at the same time, but I doubt that that's going to happen. But either way, this trend line can also be retested in the near future, so these are two possible daily opportunities. And that's about it for the daily. Here I'll quickly add my pendings. I'll quickly add my pendings back in. So as you can see, this sell at the 76.7 area is based off of that possible third touch, daily, intraday, and the key level. Then this sell that you can see a bit below is based on the 4 hour. Jumping lower to the 4 hour. Here you can see what this trade is based off of. This trade is currently based off of a possible third touch and a retest of another trend line below it, and a key level in that area, and also on top of that a 38 EMA retest. As you can see, this 38 creates some quite strong key levels. As you can see, when there's a solid break of it, it comes back to retest it, retests it again. When there's another solid break, it retests it, and so on, so on. As you can see here, there was a solid break of it, but no possible, no retest has happened yet. So that could be a good possible short trade from that area. What had happened last week is that here, as you can see, this the pair got into a somewhat of a triangular wedge. It broke down to the downside, so also I'm expecting a retest of this lower area of the triangle, lower trend line of the triangle. Let me also quickly draw another trend line. As you can see, I personally took trades along right off of this area. It was a key level, 200 EMA and a 320 EMA. That worked out quite nicely. As you can see, I managed to TP out just above this, the 50 EMA, which was a 40 something, yeah, a 45 pip trade with a 30 pip SL. So that was about a nice 1 to 5 risk reward. And now what I'm hoping to see is some based on the news that is going to be coming out. Here, as you can see, if it is anything like anything like the consensus, then if it does fit the consensus, then we should be expecting some odd strength. Late Sunday, very early Monday. So that should hopefully for me help push this pending help push this pair higher up to this pending for that trade. And yeah, technically, as you can see, that's about it for this pair. There could be another possible third touch in this area, but at the moment, as of yet, there is no key level somewhere here, so I would not be looking for a trade there. Then quickly, I want to go over the fundamentals that are currently affecting the market, and especially the JPY at the moment. So at the moment there is there's still the presidency. Trump is still trying to contest the presidency away from Joe Biden. As you may or may not know, a Joe Biden presidentship is better for global growth as a whole. As he is less strict on trade boundaries, and just less strict on trade in general, so that would make China stronger. So as Biden would most probably just simply halt whatever Trump was trying to do with the Chinese imports into America. This only means further strength for the AUD, as AUD is a heavy exporter of ores and metals. For China, 33% of AUD's exports go to China, and most of them are raw materials. So that is only a positive effect for the AUD. That is if Biden does win. If Trump does win, then we are gonna have to see a massive correction, as a lot of this impulse happened there because of Biden's you could say media confirmed win. Then what else is happening is hopefully, as you guys know, there were vaccine news releases last week that Moderna and Pfizer now have 90 plus success rate vaccines. That is obviously a positive for the market, and that causes the risk on scenario. That was actually this move up. This move up was the first announcement of the Pfizer vaccine. The second announcement of the Pfizer vaccine was somewhere around about this area. It wasn't as, I think it was this area. It wasn't, either way, it wasn't as strong of a move as the first announcement of the vaccine, as Pfizer are the first movers, so they basically caused all the hype, they were the first ones to bring it out. To them, to those companies, was a race of who brings it out first. These vaccines do cause some more risk on sentiment, as it increases the pace of recovery of all the countries. So that would mean that China can start importing, and everybody else can start importing from China as well. So that's only a positive for the AUD, and at the same time a negative for the JPY. As JPY is a safe haven, this AUD JPY has been in a large downtrend ever since coronavirus started. As you can see, around February, March, this is when the pandemic, I guess, was going global. So ever since then, we've simply been in a recovery. As you can see here, we've mostly recovered all of it, and now hopefully there could be potential to the upside. And that's about it for this week. Hopefully I have been able to provide enough information fundamentally and technically based on this pair. Hopefully this fundamental information can also help your pairs that you are trading. And yeah, have a safe week. Cheers.